going on, guys? Thursday college basketball. In today's video, I'm going to go over every single game. I do this every day. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Every day I'm on here, I go through every game and give you my opinion on the spread. Coming off another whiteboard winner, that's 2 in a row, and that's 4 out of the last 6. So hopefully I'm making you guys a little bit of extra pocket change, those who come by my channel on a daily basis. Maybe throw a unit or two on my whiteboard picks. I'm going to do my very best to get you guys a third winner in a row in today's video. So definitely drop a like, hit that thumbs up button on today's video. Today was about the most frustrating winning day, all because of Texas A&M. I think it's time to start backing off of not all, but most, or at least we have to be more selective when we're looking at these lines that don't make sense. A very big strategy way back in just the, right smack dab in the middle of the regular season. A great system is simply taking lines that don't make sense. And it's much more complex than that. Basically, the system was non-ranked teams at home being favored over ranked road teams. That's been a system play. It was absolutely, it was almost a 70% hit rate for 3, 4, 5 weeks. And lately, they're just not cashing. There was a couple tonight that made absolutely no sense. Northwestern. I even said it remember yesterday, guys, in yesterday's video, I actually had to pull up a different sports book on my phone to make sure there wasn't a typo. That's how confused I was that Northwestern was getting 5.5 points. I said, you know what? I'm going to lean Michigan. It's probably a trap. These have been cashing at a high rate, these lines that don't make sense. Northwestern wins the game outright. So that was one that, I hope people just said, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't make sense. I don't care. It seems like low-hanging fruit. Northwestern plus the points, no brainer. So hopefully you guys cash on that one. But Texas A&M was one of the client plays here for members. We went 2-2, but it was a winning day because we had a big 2-unit play on Iowa State. It was actually the play that in yesterday's video, I said, I might even go back and double it and make it possibly the play of the year. But I didn't end up doing it. We just let it ride for 2 units. So a 2-2 day, we cash with Virginia and Iowa State. We come up short with UAB and Texas A&M, a team that demolished Tennessee, who is now a top 5 team. They've lost 5 in a row. They're completely cooked, banned, done. The only thing I'll do is maybe bet against them for the remaining games, but they've played themselves completely out of the tournament. This was their last hope, a nice ranked South Carolina team that they can beat. It was a good matchup for them. The line movement suggested a win at home, 4 straight losses on the bubble. They had to have it, and they come up short. So really frustrating. I was really, it was almost like, it was almost sad. It was almost like, wow, you motherfuckers, like, this is it. This is the best we're going to get. You're on a 4-game losing streak at home. Your last Hail Mary to possibly get into the March Madness tournament. And that's the fucking effort. Gotta be fucking shitting me. That's college basketball, and that's why I come on here all the time and stress unit management. Cashed on SoBet again. I mentioned SoBet in the last video. If you guys aren't familiar with SoBet, it's kind of a hybrid system. There's 50 or 60 professional creators on there. I am one of them, and we give out picks over on SoBet. I only give out 1 single pick a day, so it's very low volume for me, but 1 pick a day. Cashed another on Virginia. That's 2 in a row now. We had BYU. Now Virginia. Hopefully we can make it 3 in a row on SoBet. SoBet is $10 a month. And as soon as you sign up with the link in the description, you'll get my pick, my 1 pick per day, but you'll immediately have access to 60 other professionals on that entire platform. So it's actually pretty good value, maybe something you guys can consider. Again, that link is in the description. If you want all of my best picks on a daily basis, the days where sometimes I give out 7, 8, 9 picks, the big Saturdays, the big Tuesdays, that you have to become a member right here on YouTube. Just hit that join button. I'll go ahead and leave a video pinned at the top of the comment section. That's a quick little 2-minute walkthrough on how to join, just to help some of you guys out. So with that being said, I think that's pretty much all the recap. I want to get in these get into these games for Thursday. Some pretty good ones today. Hopefully you get another pick on the whiteboard. Texas A&M, man, shocked. I mean, that was it. Was that not it? Non-ranked team at home, 4-game losing streak, on the bubble, their last chance to build a resume, spread going from 4 all the way up to 5, public money on South Carolina. That is unbelievable. That's almost a spot where you drop heavy money. I'm glad it was only a 1-unit play. Enough talking about that dog shit team. Let's get into fucking Thursday. Fuck you, Texas A&M. Fuck you. God damn, bro. Should have been a 3-1 day. There's been a lot of these days, man, lately. It's like, why are fucking hell. Home teams, man. What is with the home teams and the lack of effort? Thursday, baby. 6:30 game, Nebraska, Ohio State. Here we go. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Nebraska is the better team. There's no doubt about it. But Ohio State, ever since they fired the coach, they have been playing better. Okay, they haven't covered every game, but they've been showing better energy. They're at home. I believe this could be the last win for Ohio State this season. What did I talk about the other day? Man, I gave someone out the other day and said it'd be their last one of the season too. Anyway, regardless, who cares? Ohio State, probably the last one of the season here. Nebraska, dominant. Animals on the home court. Nebraska is not the same team on the road. In fact, in the Big Ten Conference in general, the home teams, they do pretty well. Maryland, bad example, but they were the worst team here. Ohio State and Nebraska aren't terribly far apart. They're pretty close in talent levels. I like Ohio State here. I liked them on the money line when it came out. Now the money line's 160. Yikes, not a great payout there. You're starting to lay a premium price with the 3.5. Spread went from 2.5 up to 3.5 now. So it's getting tricky. If it gets up to 4.5, 5.5, take the points with Nebraska. Same thing with Northwestern. If this gets so out of control to where we can get like 4 or 4.5 points with Nebraska, then probably take the points. I think Ohio State wins the game, but it's not going to be by like 5 or 6 points. It's going to come right down to the end. Nebraska's a good, solid team. I like Ohio State to win. I still like him at -3.5, just not as much. William and Mary against Elon. William and Mary, underdog on the road here. Boy, 3.5. 3.5 on the road. Getting 3.5 on the road. Is 3.5 points enough to trust William and Mary on the road? I'm going to lean that way. I'm going to say they get it done. Did they get the outright win? Maybe, maybe not. 3.5. I'm going to slightly lean William and Mary to cover that one. Memphis, East Carolina. Memphis off the big home win. East Carolina, seen them been pretty good at home. The spread's kind of bouncing. It was 4.5, immediately 3.5. Back to 4.5. Does it get bought back down? This one's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. This line is very sharp. I think it's super accurate. I think the line is exactly where it needs to be. If I was an odds maker, I'd have it rated about at 4.5 as well. I'm going to lean East Carolina here. I think they can win the game. Memphis has been pretty bad as of late in terms of like the last 2 or 3 weeks, but they're coming off a big win. Did they have a late season rally in them? Can they finish out strong? Road game, East Carolina. You're going to give me 4.5 with East Carolina? I'm going to take the points with East Carolina. Northeastern Delaware. Boy, this one's tough too. Like Delaware to sneak out a win here, covering 5.5. It's right in that zone, man. Right in that zone. Northeastern. I'd rather lay 5.5 with Delaware at home than I would take 5.5 with Northeastern and just, have to close your eyes and cross your fingers and just be like, please stay competitive in this game. I'm going to lean the home team here again. Don't love it. Definitely don't love it. What else we got here? Skipping a few garbage games that I'm just not sharp enough on to even give you guys an opinion. It'd be a waste of your time. So I'm going to scroll through those. What else we got here? Little San Diego State action going to North Dakota. Give me North Dakota at home. Money line play. It's -110. They're a 1.5 point favorite. Don't mess with the spread here. I like North Dakota on the money line. I think that's reasonable. What else we got here? 8 o'clock time slot. This Eastern time. We got Omaha at St. Thomas. I mean, this is basically high school basketball. Jesus. Who bets on this stuff? I mean, I try to stick mostly to Power 5. Mix in, teams like Wichita, teams like Gonzaga, Mountain West this year. I'll mix in some good solid teams, but like Omaha St. Thomas, are you guys really interested in this stuff? I'm going to lean St. Thomas, pretty strong lean too, -7.5 at home. I like St. Thomas to get the cover here. North Dakota State, South Dakota, public all over North Dakota State early. -3.5. It's a road game. I don't know, man. Pretty neutral on that one. Slightly lean taking the points with the home team, but they're the worst team. Don't love it. Michigan Rutgers back to some Power 5 action here. Is it the same result again? Is it the same result with Michigan again? And what do I mean by that? I mean, Michigan comes out, they play pretty good. They have pretty good energy. They show some grit. They show some fight. In fact, they might even be flip-flopping who's leading the game all the way until there's 10 minutes left, 8 minutes left, 5 minutes left, and the lack of depth for Michigan just gets them again. Rutgers off of a loss, I believe, right? Weren't we on Rutgers in the last game? What was Rutgers last game? Rutgers. Where are we at? Let me double check this. Rutgers last game was, yes, it was the home game versus Maryland, all the way back on Sunday. So pretty well rested team here, back-to-back home games. Michigan on the road. It's just been the same story. I don't see any reason at this point to go against it. 6.5 feels pretty heavy. I don't think Rutgers is that much better than Michigan. In fact, if this was at Michigan, I'd take Michigan to win the game outright. I got to go Rutgers here at home. I don't trust Michigan's offensive ability. Rutgers defense at home has shown up in certain games. It's been good. I don't love it at 6.5. If it was 3.5, 4.5, I'd probably make it an official play to my clients, but I'm going to go ahead and strongly lean Rutgers minus the 6.5 here at home. Definitely a rich price for a Rutgers team that's so-so, but that lack of depth, that lack of scoring for Michigan on the road against Rutgers off a loss. This is good situational basketball. I like Rutgers at home here. Stanford, Utah. These are two teams. It's like, what are you going to get? Stanford's beyond soft. Utah just got whooped by Colorado. I think you lean the home team here. 8.5. Boy, it seems tempting to take it with Stanford, but Stanford, they are just gutless. Some games, they completely quit. They either win outright and shock everyone every once in a while, or they completely quit. I think they're going to get blasted here. I like Utah minus 8.5 at home, 8:30 Eastern time. Give me Utah. What else we got here on a Thursday? A little New Mexico State versus Liberty. 13.5. Oof. 13.5. Liberty to cover 13.5. I'm going to lay it here, but that's pretty high. I'm going to lean Liberty still. Hawaii, UC Davis. Boy. Money line play, regardless of how you look at it. Public on UC Davis, 94% of the money so far. It's early. Hawaii actually has 4 out of 5 wins. UC Davis, 4 out of 5 losses. But they're the favorite. They're at home. I'm going to lean UC Davis on the money line. It's currently minus 125 on FanDuel. Santa Clara and Portland. This is one where, wait, is this a look ahead? Hold up. Santa Clara basketball. What is Santa Clara's next game? Yeah, it's San Fran. It's San Francisco. So they got Portland, but then they got a home game against San Fran, and that's a big one. This is a game where I think Santa Clara is more than happy to go into this game. They'll get the win for sure, but they'll win by like 7 or 8 maybe, and just get the fuck out of there. Focus on the more important game coming up next. I'm going to slightly lean Portland, getting 10.5 at home, but Portland's just a horrible team. Pick your poison there. Bad situational spot for the better team on the road. You're probably not caring about the game. But are you really going to put your money on the worst team? Interesting. What else we got here? 10 o'clock time slot. We got UCLA Washington. So this is down at 2.5. This was a 4.5. So money's come in on UCLA, which is fine. The public wins games, guys. Everybody bets on sports these days. You don't always have to fade the public. And what I like to see on public games is at least the books reflect the money coming in. In this case, that's what we have here. Spread quickly goes from 4.5 to 2.5. Starting to get some buyback on Washington here. I don't think it's going to get farther than that. I think it'll probably sit right at 2.5. Money line for Washington is minus 156. UCLA, they had that great little stretch where they were playing much better basketball, but that's a young team, man. Washington, totally hit or miss. Had that one win over Arizona State. That was pretty impressive on the road. I'm going to take Washington here. I'm going to take them on the money line at minus 156. I don't recommend laying any type of points with Washington versus UCLA. It's going to be a dogfight, home court, slightly better team, slightly better experience. I'm going to lean Washington to find a way to win this game, but it's going to be close. USC, Washington State off an Arizona State loss. USC, all the distractions with LeBron and his kid lately in the media. Give me Washington State minus 6.5. They got to take care of business here. 78% of the money is on Washington State. So it's a public play, I think, for a reason. I bet that spread goes up. I'm looking at a 6.5 right now at almost 1 a.m. Eastern time. I bet it's going to be 8.5 by tip. That's a little bit rich. 7.5. It's going to go up a bit. 7.5, 8.5 by tip off Washington State, I bet you. Gonzaga, San Francisco. Is this a revenge game? I believe they already played once, and I think it was extremely close. Let me triple check how that first game went. I'm almost positive. Gonzaga played them at home. They won by 5 at home. It was super competitive. I watched part of the game. So 5-point game on the road. Now you're getting 4.5 as the home team. San Francisco's live. San Francisco's live here to win this game. I recommend taking the 4.5 points with San Francisco. It is juiced at minus 120, is what it is. 4.5 points is definitely valuable in what should be just a great competitive game. That'll be fun to watch. I'm excited to watch that game. And finally, to end the night at 11 o'clock Eastern time is St. Mary's at Pepperdine. 15.5 point spread. Well, we know who's winning the game. Do they care about covering that number? I think they do. I think they kill them. I don't think 15.5 is enough. I think St. Mary's is a good club. That's a good team. I'm excited to see them in the tournament. St. Mary's is playing good basketball. I'm going to lay the 15.5 with them. But definitely don't be too tempted if that's your degenerate money chasing play to end the night, if you're down at that point in time. Not a bad looking Thursday. Already have 3 posted picks right here on YouTube for members. So again, guys, highly recommend you become a member. It's my best plays, long-term success. And by long-term, I mean at least like 7 to 10 days. There are losing days mixed in. We had a couple this week, but we crushed the weekend, crushed some other days. We went on a 25-8 run just a couple weeks ago. I feel another one coming. Probably a good time to join while we're just kind of neutral, kind of a winning day, kind of a losing day, a winner, a loser, just kind of back and forth lately, just kind of chopping, not really gaining too much steam. I'm feeling a streak here soon. Might be over the weekend again. Saturday is going to be a monster day. That Alabama game, that is circle, that is star, that has all types of alarm signals going off for me. So that will definitely be an interesting one to look at, see what the spread comes out. Almost forgot. Whiteboard winner to make it 3 in a row and to make it 5 out of our last 7. What are we going to go with here? Yeah, I think I found the play, guys. You know what? Media distractions, a team coming off a loss, a team at home. Situationally, this is an excellent spot. I think I got another winner. Already Washington State minus the 6.5 right now on FanDuel as I'm looking at it. This USC team, it's all like the big money, the celebrity stuff. They're on the road. They're catching Washington State off of a loss. everything points to a Washington State cover. So hopefully we can cash that one, make it 3 in a row. Guys, drop a like on today's video. And as always, load up that comment section with your plays, your huge parlays, your upset picks. It's just nice, the community we've built. And everyone loves just bouncing ideas off each other in the comment section below. Gives a lot of people a lot of things to think about. So hammer those comments, hammer those like buttons. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next video.